All right, so we'll kind of get right into it. The vehicle is a push to start button, so you will have a key fob that allows you to lock and unlock the key from outside of the car, but this can also be placed in your purse pocket or handbag or pocket, and you'll be able to press the button right here to lock or unlock the vehicle. Now, if I go ahead and push this button right here, if you're needing of charging the vehicle, that button will open the front hatch here. But please note, the vehicle must be off in order for that to work or function properly, or this hatch will stay locked for safety purposes. To the left, you will notice a CHAdeMO type charger for supercharger, up to 100 kilowatt hour charge capacity. If you're at one of those superchargers. So I do see superchargers come in 50 kilowatts, or if you're traveling, get a 100 kilowatt power outlet, and then that will charge your vehicle twice as fast using this here. Charge time to 80% on this should run roughly 20 to 30 minutes, but of course that depends on the power supply of the charging station that you're at. Over here is the level 2. This is what most everybody is familiar with. So you'll be able to plug into this using the provided cord with the vehicle. That is a standard 240 volt outlet, comes with a 120 adapter if you do need to plug it into the wall. So likewise, I'll take you over to a charger here just to show you by example. We do actually have a couple units here, and so most charging stations that are level 2 will look like this. You're simply going to press this trigger down, and as you can see, it's the same plug-in. You're just going to plug it right into the vehicle, and the vehicle will take care of the rest, as well as the charging station that you're at. So that hopefully helps eliminate any confusion when it comes to charging the vehicle and which ports to use and where the opening plug is. Now, this vehicle does have a few features that the 2020 model does not have, such as the Pro Pilot Assist or the Around View Monitor. However, most everything else will be the same. To the left down here, that was the button to press to release the front charging port. These are charge timers, so you can turn them off or on by one click of the button. And this here is your heated steering wheel. This ties into the Pro Pilot Assist, which the 20 version did not have. So we're just taking that off right there for the purpose of this video here. The vehicle is equipped with blind spot monitor, lane departure warning, as well as many other safety features, including rear sonar and the rear view camera. Foot on the brake, and you're going to press this button right here to turn the vehicle on. It's not going to make any noise hardly at all. So the way that you know it turns on though, that display that you saw right here, that kind of lights up, gives you that little a little bit of a video of it turning it on basically, and that shows that the welcome message is active and the vehicle is now active. So starting with the steering wheel controls, this here is going to run through your radio presets. So if I click this here, it will actually just run through, and you can see it kind of change right there, but you can also see it change right in front of me. That's running through my presets 2, 3. I can also go backwards if I need to. And then this part right here is what you'll use to control this advanced drive assist display. So I can go forward or backwards through these different menus in order to get the information that I am looking for, or to change settings in the vehicle. Nice to note that some of the stuff I'm going to show you here can be done from a computer with the Nissan Connect account set up. But if you don't have access to that, feel free to come into the settings here and mess with these. So the main important takeaway, aside from turning off safety features or turning on safety features, is going to your EV settings here. And with the EV settings, you are able to set charge timers and climate control timers. So for example, if you know the vehicle is going to be driven at 8 a.m. here, like I have set up, timer set on, climate temperature set to 70 degrees, and battery operation okay. What this means is that at 8 a.m. on the days selected, which in this case is all days selected, you will be able to have the car automatically cool down to 70 degrees Fahrenheit before getting into the vehicle. You can customize the days that you want this to happen, and you can customize whether or not it's okay if it runs off just the battery. Otherwise, if you turn this off, it will only utilize that feature if it's plugged in. Most of the time, you're going to be okay using battery operation if you're planning a trip. Now, if I go back one screen, more importantly, then the control timer is the charge timer. So if you have this timer charge on or off, this is a programming setting for your Leaf. So if you only want it to charge between the hours selected here, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next morning, then that is the only times that the vehicle will accept the charge if it's plugged into the vehicle where it starts automatically. I'm going to do my best to not create too much confusion. Even though this timer's on, you can still plug it in and it will still charge. The purpose of this being on and scheduled is that if you have a preferred charging method or time, you can simply plug the vehicle in and go about your day, and the vehicle will maintain and manage when the vehicle is getting charged. So those are the most important settings that you use out of this screen. Feel free to run through these other settings screens here to see what other information is available to you. If you want the digital compass, that's there. If you want to see more eco report information, that is there also. But most of the time you'll stay on this screen, which is the home screen, and that will give you your percentage battery charged and the amount of miles you can go. And this bar, which will, if you're using power from the vehicle, it will actually fill up this white bar. If you're regenerating, the bar will go into the blue, which means that you're not currently using any power while you're driving. You're simply regenerating as you're hitting the brake. So that gives you a little bit of a breakdown on that system. Now, moving over here, we've got an electronic parking brake. So if I want to, I can pull that up and that will glow red. Simply put your foot on the brake, press this down, and that should release the parking brake. That way you can go about the trip. Over here we have eco mode and e-pedal, as well as our shifter. So if you're not used to the shifter, right here there is a diagram showing how you must move this palm shifter in order to get into gear. So if you want to go to reverse, simply push it to the left, push it up, release. And then you can check, your screen right here will tell you what gear you're in, which right now currently is reverse. If I want to go to drive, I go to the left and I go down. Now this is just normal drive mode, and it will proceed to drive just like any other car. If you're looking for enhanced braking mode or increased regenerative braking, simply repeat that process while you're in drive. Go left, down, and that will put us into drive, what's called brake mode. And so it'll still move forward, but this is enhanced braking mode. So when your foot comes off the accelerator, you're going to actually aggressively slow down more so than you would just coasting. So if you're trying to coast, drive in the drive gear. If you're trying to maximize regenerative braking for in-town driving, feel free to use brake mode. Now, eco mode simply reduces the amount of power output that the vehicle will utilize at any given moment, meaning that if I'm in normal mode and I floor the vehicle, I'll get a maximum 160 kilowatt output, which can be measured by clicking the info button here, EV info, energy usage. As you can see, I've got a chart here which can show you some of this information, such as climate control, other system usage, and electric motor power. So if I were to floor this in regular drive mode, I can fill this bar up to 160 kilowatt output very quickly. If I am in eco mode, it will still eventually fill up, but it takes about 2 to 3 times as long in order to manage your throttle sensitivity and make sure that you're getting the absolute best application of power per second and not wasting any power just quickly accelerating. So if you're a lead foot, feel free to put eco mode on. That will help manage the power output and give you maximum number of driving range miles. I'm sure you guys all know somebody in the office that's going to drive that way, so feel free to hit the eco mode. Now, going back over to here, we're going to click on e-pedal. When e-pedal is active, you'll see a blue e-pedal sign right there, and what that does is allows you to drive the vehicle with one pedal. When you accelerate, you move forward. As you lower the amount of pressure on the accelerator, your vehicle will begin to start braking itself. If you took your foot off the accelerator completely in e-pedal mode, your vehicle will apply the brake in just about full force. So e-pedal does take some practice. I do not recommend driving with that the first time that you drive the vehicle. That's more for advanced driving. Also, it does a combination of maximized brake regenerative pressure, but then also gives you a different type of driving experience. Noteworthy is the brake pedal still functions in e-pedal, it's just not necessary. So coming over here, we have the temperature control here as well. So heat, increasing the heat temperature, digital output right there. And I can lower it by clicking this as well. Fan speed is right here. So that will help if you cool down the vehicle quicker if you need to. Now if I go back to park, I simply press this button, and that's all I have to do. So drive, park, just like that. So hopefully some of this will help with the basic understanding of the vehicle and operation of the equipment. For the purpose of keeping this video reasonably short, I would like to try to end that here, but if there are other questions, please feel free to reach out to me, 605-215-8362. I am always happy to provide any help that I can. If there's more questions on this, or if you'd like a more thorough tutorial on some of the other software, just let me know and we'll get that video going for you as well. Hope this helps. Happy EV driving, guys.